All right, let's talk about the third type of bonding activities. These are called structural bonding activities, and they're really designed to engage customers. While social bonds might not withstand the challenges associated with service mistakes and competitive offers to try to take your customers away from you, structural bonds are usually strong enough to withstand some of these situations. Structural bonds are the most difficult to establish, but also the most enduring. They're considered to be the strongest bonding activity, the most difficult to achieve, and perhaps the most difficult to copy by the competition. Think about, for instance, the Prime membership from Amazon. Um, eBay, of course, can't figure out any way to match that. And Walmart, although they keep trying, is going to find it very, very difficult to match the delivery aspect of Amazon's Prime. And so that, of course, makes it a loyalty and commitment building activity. Structural bonds complement social and financial bonds and become synergistic in their ability to build relationships with customers. The goal of structural bonding is to make it inefficient and difficultly financially and socially to leave the relationship. Structural bonds are those activities, programs, and initiatives and policies that create ties for customers to make it difficult for customers to defect to the competition, either because it's too expensive or there's psychological issues, or there are trust issues or perceived risk issues. In essence, the goal of structural bonding is to create exit barriers, that is, making it difficult to leave the relationship. In practice, structural bonds are established basically in two ways. First, it includes policies and activities that are implemented that create disincentives to leave the relationship. The second approach to structural bondings is to empower customers by having them participate in a decision-making role in the organization. There's research that suggests that levels of satisfaction and retention are related to the nature and extent to which decision-making participation is extended to your best customers and clients. Of course, this is research that I was involved in the late 1990s and early 2000s, 20 years ago. Create barriers to exit. Some of the activities, structural bonding activities, include creating barriers to exit. Find ways to make it financially and psychologically difficult to end the relationship. Create barriers to exit. A good example of this is the purchase of season football tickets. If you fail to renew, you lose the seat selection and you might not, you have to take what's available. This creates a reason to stay in a relationship because you lose if you leave. Now, I had season tickets at UNLV football games for 30 straight years, and I sat through some very entertaining football games and seasons, and also some horrific seasons. And then last year, the athletic department decided that they wanted, this was the last year that we were at Sam Boyd Stadium, decided that they wanted to give my seats to someone else who thought that sitting in my seats was better than sitting in their seats. The end result is that after 32 years as a season ticket holder for UNLV football, I no longer am a season ticket holder, and I'll be able to listen to the games on the radio or watch them on TV. I have been and will always continue to be a great supporter of the student athletes at UNLV. Reduce risk. Consumers tend to be risk averse in almost all purchase situations. We need to create structural bonds and find ways to reduce risk associated with a product category. Any activity that reduces one of those 5 types of perceived risks will be valuable and will make it difficult for people to leave the relationship. Customization. Think about customization in products and services. Many competitors are not willing or able to match your customization efforts. It becomes then a meaningful point of differentiation, and a barrier to exit. Involve the customers in the decision-making process. This is often referred to as bringing the customers behind the counter. The goal is to make the customer feel like they are part of the organization. And once they're part of the organization, they become advocates for the company and supporters of what it is the company does. Reduce service errors. Anticipate your customers' changing wants and needs. Be proactive. Another structural bonding activity is cumulative extras. One obvious way to create structural bonds is to continue relationship is to have certain benefits that accrue over time. So for instance, customers who have been a valuable customer for 10 or more years get a set of soft benefits that are referred to as 10-year customer benefits. And the only way that you can get these benefits is to be a 10-year continuous customer. These cumulative longevity benefits or discounts are really beneficial in creating an exit barrier. Memberships, another way to create maybe perhaps a barrier to exit and stronger structural bonding activities is some sort of a membership that perhaps requires an initiation fee. So if you drop your membership, you have to pay the initiation fee to become a member again. Some other structural bonding activities, providing financing. Many stores do this now with a store or merchant credit card. Some of you have a gas station credit card. And of course, what that does is it tends to force you into using that particular gas station for your gasoline purchases because you can put it on your credit card. Service contracts. My HVAC provider offers a service contract for their best customers only, and so I have a service contract with them, but only their best customers are involved in the service contract, and as a result, the service contract doesn't cost a lot, but you have to qualify to get it. For instance, be a 5-year continuous customer. Provide technical support. Support services are another way to make your product different from other people's and create a barrier to exit. Or set up a simple method for customers to make suggestions, express opinions, and provide feedback. Anything that allows the customers to feel that they are part of the organization and that their concerns and questions will be heard is crucial in the building structural and, by the way, social bonding activities. In summary, what types of bonding is most important? Well, the answer is what? They're all important, and they're synergistic. Which bonding activities are the most successful? Well, they're different for all customers. By the way, very few activities are solely in one area. For example, many activities are both financial and social bonding activities, or perhaps they're social and structural bonding activities, or perhaps they're financial and structural bonding activities. The next question to ask yourself about doing all those bonding activities and spending the money to build relationships with your customer is it really worth it? Well, you have to design metrics to evaluate whether or not your activities are being successful and whether or not they are worthwhile from a profit perspective. Keys to success in relationship marketing. Get to know your customers. Understand who your best customers are. Understand their motivations. What is it that's the most important to them? Decide how you really like and care about your customers. And be genuine. Don't act like you care more than you care.